Peggy 18.
Hello, this is Satoru Iwata from Nintendo. It looks like I'll be delivering the first Nintendo Direct of 2014 directly to you. We are presenting this Nintendo Direct a bit later than normal, so I'd first like to say thank you for staying up late with us. For today's first title, we have a new trailer. Please take a look.
You ain't done yet. Yeah, feel the burn. Keep it up, son. Pick up the pace, baby. Jab, jab. 1, 2. Faster, faster. Hit him, baby. Get serious, kid. Smash him. Straight. Uppercut. Punch, punch, punch. Give him the good. It's your time, man. Show him what you got, baby. 1, 2, keep it up, son. Jab, jab, hit him hard. Uppercut, body blow. Tear that armor up back. Don't flinch. Hit him, baby. Straight. Counter. All right. Smash him. The punch is mightier than the sword. You ain't no air fighter, man. Quit fooling around up there. Smash ain't no joke. All right. Shake it off, son. Build up the power meter. Now, man, let it rip. The world's waiting for you, kid.
Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U will launch in 2014. Next, let's take a look at some Nintendo 3DS titles. First up is Mario Golf World Tour. We've discussed many of the game's traditional features in the past, but today I'd like to introduce a new single-player mode, the Castle Club. In this mode, players use their Mii characters to play through the game. Player can customize their Mii using the 8 types of items that are sold at the shop. Items like clubs, golf balls, and clothing. Depending on the combination of items you choose, changes will be applied to various abilities like shot properties, distance, and control. So please customize your Mii to suit your favorite look and playstyle. Winning tournaments at the Castle Club will let you enter higher class tournaments. And to brush up on your skills, you can also utilize a special type of training facility that lets you focus on certain areas you might not be good at, like putting or approaches. We hope you'll see the Castle Club to polish your skills and to prepare for tournaments against rivals from around the world. Mario Golf World Tour is scheduled to release on May 2nd. We hope you won't mind waiting just a little longer. Next up, let's talk about Kirby Triple Deluxe. Kirby games have always been easy to pick up and play. But as Kirby fans know, there's always a lot of depth hidden just below the surface. Each copy ability can be used for lots of different actions. As you can see, when Kirby impaled this enemy, and copies its ability, he gets beetle powers. He can do so many things with just one ability. Next, there are two other things I want to talk about in Kirby Triple Deluxe. Firstly, there is a huge number of collectibles for you to find. For example, these 8-bit keychains you can find hidden in levels. It's a real challenge to find them all, especially if you are also collecting all the sunstones. You find sunstones in levels too, and they'll help you progress in the game. Find them all, and you'll get a special bonus. I also want to talk about some of the Nintendo 3DS specific features in the game. Those keychains I mentioned earlier can be gained through the Street Pass features too. As you play through all the levels, sometimes you'll run into a special Waddle Dee. He's there to throw you helpful items in times of need, and if you have a Street Pass encounter with someone beforehand, you'll get even better items from Waddle Dee. And if the person you Street Pass tag has the game too, you'll even get a keychain in the game. Kirby Triple Deluxe for Nintendo 3DS will launch on May 16th in Europe. Next up is Yoshi's New Island. As Yoshi advances through each stage, he carries Baby Mario on his back. But when Yoshi is attacked by enemies, Baby Mario gets caught inside a bubble and becomes separated, causing a timer to start counting down. If the timer hits 0, Yoshi will fail his mission, so it's up to Yoshi to protect Baby Mario. Unlike in traditional Mario platformers, Yoshi's stage do not have a set time limit, so you can take your time exploring. The biggest new features of the game are easily the giant eggs. They are called Mega Egg Dozers, and when Yoshi throws one, he can destroy pipes, blocks, and much more. And so can these. They are called Metal Egg Dozers, and you can roll them across the ground and even underwater where you can't normally go. Another key feature of the game is Yoshi's unique set of transformations. In this title, there are transformation types such as the rock-breaking jackhammer or sea-exploring submarine, all of which can be controlled using the gyro controls of the Nintendo 3DS. And when you acquire a certain type of star located in some stages, Yoshi can power up and become Super Yoshi. He'll fly like a shooting star through the sky, or temporarily be able to run along walls and ceiling at will. There is one other Yoshi's transformation in this game that I should discuss. Yoshi will sprout wings if you use a special item called the flutter wings. Whether it appears or not depends entirely on your play status, including the number of mistakes you've made in a given level. Because the flutter wings let you float and fly through the air, players who are not usually very good at action games, and even beginners, will be able to enjoy Yoshi's New Island. Of course, the series' usual smiley flowers, red coins, and stars are still hidden in each stage. So finishing the game with the coveted complete clear status is very challenging. If you are feeling confident about your skills, please try collecting everything in each stage to further enhance the experience. Yoshi's New Island will launch on March 14th. Now let's look at some Nintendo 3DS eShop titles. Let's begin by watching this. What you are looking at right now is a new tactical first-person shooter that will act as a successor to the submarine action game, Steel Diver. released back in 2011. Now, when you hear first-person shooter, you may imagine fast-paced action, but this game is a bit different than your typical FPS game. In this title, the player must control a submarine that can make quick maneuvers while utilizing the vessel's slow-moving torpedoes. Because of this, you must always strive to be one step ahead of your enemies to stay strategic. I guess you could call it a contemplative FPS. For this reason, we believe the game can be enjoyed by anyone, even people who are not familiar with FPS game or those who are usually not very good at fast-paced action gameplay. This title offers players the chance to compete in competitive 4-on-4 team battles. You can challenge friends in local multiplayer mode or take on anyone from around the world in online multiplayer mode. And in single player, you can play through 7 different missions as well. We want anyone who is interested in this contemplative FPS to be able to try it out, so we will be offering a free version. With this version, you can only use 2 basic submarine types, but you can enjoy the beginning of single-player mission mode along with the entire multiplayer. If you upgrade to the paid premium version, you can play every mission single-player mode has to offer and gain access to various submarines with unique stats. Steel Diver Subwars will be released after today's presentation. If you are interested, please try out the free version. We will also release a game trailer, so please take a look if you are interested. Next, we have another new game to show you. Pokemon Link Battle is an action puzzle game that will have you matching Pokemon to clear them while battling against and collecting Pokemon. Every known Pokemon, over 700, appear in the game. From Pokemon Red and Blue all the way to Pokemon X and Y, once you catch them, they become your own Pokemon to use during battles. You will create bonds with Pokemon you continue to use, and they can inflict greater damage to your opponents in battle. Another key to successful battle is to select a Pokemon that has a type advantage over the Pokemon you are facing in battle. The game also offers up to 4-player co-op play, so team up with other players when you are facing a stage containing a very powerful Pokemon opponent. Pokemon Link Battle will be released on March 13th in Europe. We will also release a game trailer, so please take a look if you are interested. Now I'd like to pass over to Mr. Shibata in Europe for some announcements.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the European section of today's Nintendo Direct. Let's get started. First up today is a little more information on Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney from Level 5 and Capcom. And who better to give us that information than Mr. Hino from Level 5. Take a look at this.
欧州の皆さんこんにちは。レベル5の日野です。今回のレイトン教授 vs 逆転裁判は、レベル5のレイトン教授とカプコンさんの逆転裁判がコラボレーションしたすごく豪華な作品となっています。実は最初のレイトン教授を作った時、最大のライバルとして意識していたのが逆転裁判だったんです。超えなければならないとかなり研究をしました。レイトン教授を発売した後も、いつか逆転裁判とコラボできたら面白いだろうなと密かに思っていたんです。その思いが叶ったのが本作でした。それだけ思い入れのある作品同士のコラボですから、いわゆる外伝と呼ばれるようなものにはしたくありませんでした。 両方の作品が本物になるように2つの作品を融合して映画級の作品に仕上げるというイメージで制作してきました。結果、本編をしのぐボリュームとクオリティになったと胸を張って言える作品となりました。本当に細かいところまで丁寧にそれぞれの作品ならではの楽しさを詰め込んでいます。コラボレーションのインパクトが大きいので話題性ばかりが先行しやすいのですが、それだけでなく中身も両タイトルのいいところを生かしつつよりレベルアップした作品になっています。皆さんぜひプレイしてみてください。
Don't forget that Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney will arrive in Europe on March 28th. If you need to investigate the game before that, you can try out a puzzle demo from the Layton section of the game on our website right after this Nintendo Direct. There is also an in-depth Iwata Asks interview that will give you all the evidence you need. Speaking of Capcom, I'd like to highlight their recent announcement, one that is sure to be a monster hit with you. It is official. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate will be coming to Nintendo 3DS in Europe. While the title will include plenty of familiar features, you can expect a big leap forward for the series too. New actions mean you will be able to hunt the monsters in dynamic new ways, and you will also be able to hunt alongside friends on your handheld by the internet, as well as with local play. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate will be coming to Nintendo 3DS in Europe in early 2015. Now, I would like to talk about an upcoming Nintendo eShop title we introduced in the last Nintendo Direct. You might have realized this is a series known as a Culture Bit in Japan. Nintendo Pocket Football Club is a football simulation game where you create and manage your own football club. The aim of the game is very simple. Your team starts in the lowest division in your country, and your goal is to take it to the top division, where you will be able to compete for your nation's top honor and even participate in international competitions. In order to improve your squad, you have two options. You can try to sign new players on the transfer market, or you can improve your current players through training, which is key to building a strong side. Each time you play a match, you will receive a training cards, which you can use on a player to improve certain stats. You can use up to 3 cards per player in a training session, and if you combine certain cards, you will unlock a special combo that will boost their stats even further. As your players progress and fulfill their potential, you will clearly see how their performance on the pitch improves too. For example, as a player's kicking serve improves, so will his accuracy in front of goal. Play your cards right, and you will see your whole team improve. I can tell you from experience that this really becomes addictive. Another interesting feature of the game is the ability to share players with your friends. For example, if a friend has a player you are very interested in, he can send it to you. Your friend doesn't lose the player because he sends a duplicate. So you can both share your experience of how this player is doing in your respective games. One last aspect I want to mention is that Nintendo Pocket Football Club will have a complete website where you can track all sorts of data. You will be able to see your team's stats and also check out the teams of your friends and rivals in great detail. You can even see rankings of the best clubs by country. Please stay tuned for more news on this. If you would like to find out a little more on the background of how Nintendo Pocket Football Club came about, we have also published the Iwata Asks interview with the developer for this title. You can read it on the Nintendo of Europe website after the presentation. The game will be available for download from Nintendo eShop only on April 17th. And now some more news from Level 5. First, a new game called Weapon Shop de Omase. This is the fourth and final title from what is known in Japan as the Guild 01 series, which brought us Liberation Maiden, Crimson Shroud, and Aeroporter. Players are tasked with managing a weapon shop inside a classic RPG. Instead of going on quests, Blacksmith Oyaji and his apprentice Yuhan work as RPG shopkeepers, forging and renting out weapons to an assortment of heroes. These heroes are relying on your equipment to help them work through their personal issues and perhaps even defeat the evil lord who wants to destroy their world. In your role as a blacksmith apprentice, you need to become a master at making weapons. You do this by tapping the touch screen in time to music, much like in a rhythm game. If you are able to achieve optimal timing and temperature conditions as you forge, the weapon will be much stronger when it's finished. Your customer's success or failure depends on the quality of your weapons. So do your best, and remember, if the heroes fail their missions, you won't get paid for their rental. Weapon Shop de Omase will be available from Nintendo eShop in Europe on February 20th. To celebrate the release of Weapon Shop de Omase, from now through February 23rd, all these previously released Nintendo 3DS eShop titles from Level 5 will be available for the sale price of €2.99 or £2.69. Staying with Level 5, we have spoken in previous Nintendo Directs about Inazuma 11-3 Team Ogre Attacks, and of course it arrives in Europe tomorrow. It's part of the third series of games in the Inazuma 11 collection. But perhaps you might have missed out on the first one. It told the original story of how Mark Evans formed his team and won his first championship. Well, if you haven't played it yet, I can tell you that a Nintendo eShop version of the game is now available for Nintendo 3DS. In fact, you can download it right after this presentation. Next, I'd like to confirm an upcoming Atlas title coming to stores for Nintendo 3DS in Europe. Etrian Odyssey Untold: The Millennium Girl tells a tale that began the series. Take a look at this.
I'm Frederica. I want to know something. Do you know what's laying hidden here in Glatzheim? I've waited 1,000 years for this moment.
Etrian Odyssey Untold: The Millennium Girl will be released in Europe on May 2nd. You can also try the game out for yourself earlier with a special demo, which will be available from Nintendo eShop on April 18th. Mr. Iwata gave us some information on Yoshi's New Island earlier in the presentation. There is one piece of news I would like to add, and that is that this special edition Nintendo 3DS XL will also be available from launch day on March 14th. Now we are going to finish this section with a new downloadable game for Wii U from Ubisoft, Child of Light. In this RPG, inspired by fairy tales, you play as Aurora, a young princess on a quest to retrieve 3 sources of light from the evil queen. You will explore the kingdom of Lemuria, encountering and fighting wild monsters and legendary creatures, and solving puzzles to progress. You are aided in your quest by Igniculus, a firefly who lights your path. He can help you in battle by healing your party and distracting your enemies. He can also write messages in light to help and interact with other players. A second player can even take control of Igniculus and assist the main player in their quest. Child of Light will be available from Nintendo eShop on Wii U on May 1st. That's it for European specific news today. But before we finish completely, I'd like to hand you back to Mr. Iwata, who has a few more announcements for you. For now, happy gaming.
Thank you. Next, let's look at some more Wii U titles. The launch of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is coming up soon. Please have a look at our latest trailer. We are looking forward to seeing our Nintendo Direct viewers on the online leaderboards when Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze comes to Wii U February 21st. Next, we have some follow-up information about a previously released Wii U download title, NES Remix. As many of you know, this title collects some of the best moments from early Nintendo Entertainment System games like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda, and remixes them with new challenges and level designs. And now, we've decided to release Volume 2, NES Remix 2. In this one, the challenges have been pulled from later NES titles like Super Mario Bros. 3, Kirby's Adventure, and Metroid. Similar to the previous version, it will offer NES stages in which you face new challenges during specific scenes from each title. The game also offers remix stages, special levels from each game that have been modified with fresh new elements. On top of that, this title comes with a full bonus game, Super Luigi Bros. It's based on a challenge included in the first NES remix that has Luigi's running right to left in World 1-2 of Super Mario Bros. But this time it will include all the levels from the game. This adds a new spin to an experience that is likely familiar to a lot of players out there. And of course, you can use Luigi's signature high jump too. NES Remix 2 will be available from the Nintendo eShop on April 25th. In January of last year, we announced that Game Boy Advance titles would eventually make their way to the Wii U Virtual Console service. We are happy to announce that we will finally begin releasing them this spring. Starting in April, we will begin releasing such fan favorites as Metroid Fusion, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3, and more. Over time, we will continue to release more titles, so please stay tuned. Next is Mario Kart 8 for Wii U. This time around, there will be a number of new characters to play as, but they may not be the ones you expect. I hope you like the new trailer. Please enjoy. Mario's rivals, Bowser's minions, are ready to drive up, down, and all around these fresh, new three-dimensional courses. Mario Kart 8 launches on May 30th. Next, we finally have new information on the latest Monolith Soft title, which is being directed by Mr. Tetsuya Takahashi. Today, we'll provide you with your first look at gameplay with some uncut battle scene. Please take a look.
何があるわけじゃないけど倒す
大丈夫。
ブレイドぶっ倒れるまでやるぜ
全身全霊でいく。
ブレイドサイクロンアグレッシブモードファイヤーこれアドバンスムーンファイヤーワイドミサイルライジングブレイド流星剣バーニングソード
ライジングファイヤー。
ゴールで応戦する倒す
大丈夫。バレットストーン。
まだ先ですね。
どうですか？気にしない。いつかこの星がふるさとに思える時が来るのかな。シールド展開。よし。油断はしない。星の前に立つな。スクラッチ感謝する。
見物しててもいいんだぜ。
なんとかなりそうだね。羽ばたくな。
すぎるだろ。フォローします。
スクラッチ感謝する。
見物しててもいいんだぜ。
なんとかなりそうだね。シールド展開。
バーニングソード。僕たちの勝利です。
さて、次に
That should give you a sneak peek at some of the exciting battle possibilities ahead. Mr. Takahashi tells us that the game's battle system is based on the one in Xenoblade Chronicles for Wii, but with even more polish. Stay tuned for future update. Our final title for today is Bayonetta 2. I have some new footage that Platinum Games has prepared for us. Please take a look.
The Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages, two clans that wielded incredible power just 500 years ago. The clans of the Overseer, watching over us all with the eyes of the world, the power to govern light and darkness.
Did you miss me? Oh, you want to play with Bayonetta?
This Overseer is the one who created the eyes of the world for humanity, the same ones that the clans held on to so hard. The Overseer was the true creator, the true god of the human realm, the god of chaos.
The sacred mountain of Fimbulventer. The joint's supposed to be the link between Inferno and Paradiso. They say there is an entrance to Inferno, the gates of hell, somewhere on this mountain. No one knows where, though.
Huh? You could see me.
Because we're both in Purgatorio.
Purgatorio? You can't open the road to Fimbulventer without my powers. So, what do you say?
Umbra Witch? Or shall I call you Bayonetta?
A Lumen Sage. Cheeky. No one bothered telling me any of your kind survived.
Your impudence will cost you your life, Witch!
Jean, I'm on my way. Just behave yourself for a bit longer.
Bayonetta 2 is the second installment in the series, starring the witch Bayonetta, who wields 4 guns on both arms and legs. With a variety of magical powers, this stylish heroine is well equipped to dominate the oncoming mass of enemy angels and demons. Dodging enemy attacks at the last possible moment using witch time and the thrill of last-minute maneuvering is key to action in Bayonetta. And in Bayonetta 2, there's a powerful new ability that lets you release all the accumulated magic power as a single powerful attack called the Umbran Climax, taking the action to a whole new level. Bayonetta 2 will launch later this year. Stay tuned for more game details in the future. That's it for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.